Hello and welcome to NAFDAC and your else. My name is Tosing Omolaja, and here's where we bring you up to date with NAFDAC's activities with regards to its mandate of safeguarding the health of the nation. Thanks for joining us for another insightful edition of the program. Registering regulated products has become easier and seamless since Professor Mojisola Adeyeye took over the helms of the agency and began infusing technology into the process as well as decentralizing its operations so that stakeholders or customers can be closer to the agency and as such carry out their NAFDAC businesses with ease, speed, and transparency. However, there are those who still pose as NAFDAC agents, creating artificial bottlenecks and charging exorbitant fees, thereby discouraging the public from registering their products, despite the fact that using consultants for NAFDAC processes had been banned since 2018.
April 2018, I cancelled NAFDAC consultants. It was around the same time that the emphasis was being laid on MSMEs. And there were a lot of complaints from MSMEs that consultants get up to 200,000, 300,000 from them. But in any case, I cancelled it 2018. So that is the status right now. There are still people posing as consultants for NAFDAC, and they are not NAFDAC staff. What I was told that they do is that they go and register a number, and when they are registering that SIM, it will be Mr. X or Miss X NAFDAC. So anybody that calls them will see Mr. X or Miss X NAFDAC, and they would think that they are working for NAFDAC. They have been gouging our people. There was a case of somebody that called me that he has paid over 150,000 naira to register a product, and the product was not registered. Our fee is quite lower than 150,000 naira. And I asked that person, I said, you are educated. This is even recent when we have turned to re-registration, which I'm going to come back to. I said, you are educated, you are PhD, and you cannot go on the computer. And if you run into a problem, call us. So they walked away with his 150,000 naira. So I had to sit down with him on the phone. I said, okay, go to this website. In fact, he didn't bring his own computer to wherever he was. He has to go to a business center. My point is that they are still there till today, some of them. And what the purpose of this is to let our people know you don't need to go to a consultant to do business with NAFDAC. Somebody comes to a small business, medium-sized business, said they are consulting, they are NAFDAC consultant. Let everything be put in writing. And where they put Mr. X NAFDAC, let it show on your own phone. Let our people keep documenting. Once they document, we go after them. But we don't have the culture of documentation of evidence. So somebody gouge you with from 100,000, 150,000, and it's only cash. There's no evidence I could use. So we need cooperation from our own clients. So look for evidence. If it is coming from the so-called NAFDAC consultants that camouflage like NAFDAC staff, we will go after them. If it is our own staff, because they said few of our staff are still doing it. If it's our staff, that is what we will use to dismiss them. We have dismissed, we have terminated, we have suspended staff. It's a continuous process because we want to sanitize the system, because we want to protect our own people. We initiated e-registration because without digitalization of our processes, we cannot be successful as an agency. So we are now doing our registration via the e-portal. It's napalms.org. it will take you to the registration site. Why is this so important? We want to cut down the human to human interaction by doing e-registration, meaning that a lot of people that are very savvy in use of computer can sit down in their living room and go on our website, register their product, pay online without talking to anybody. But with any new digital platform, there may be bugs or glitches, but we have help. People can call us and say, oh, I'm stuck here, what do I do? Because even those who are educated, sometimes they get intimidated with computers. So it's not just education alone, it is getting used to how to use computers. So we are doing e-registration now. That is cutting down this human to human interaction. When I assumed office in 2017 November, I believe by March of 2018, we've already started quality management system. People have to be trained, and we have been getting training. Our staff have been getting training in terms of how you think of customer first. Not your pocket, not anybody else, customer first. What is it that I'm doing today that will affect the customer? Whether it's in the lab, it's in the registration and regulatory affairs department, or inspection, what is it that I'm doing that will affect the customer negatively? That was what we all got trained for about a year plus. We got our certification 2019 June. But that's not the end of it. It is a continuous training. You have to change the culture of thinking that you're supposed to get some money from somebody. No, you deliver your job, you deliver your service. It's delivering your service and thinking of the customer first, and the agency second, the image of the agency. Because that is part of the reason for doing this, to let our customers know that we put them first, and they should not let any so-called consultant gouge them, defraud them, dupe them of their hard-earned money. I've referred to MSMEs as one big project we started in 2018. And most of our MSMEs are in foods or simple cosmetics. So what we did was to decentralize the food and simple cosmetics to the zones, so that there is direct interaction with our customers instead of sending everything to Lagos or to Abuja or whatever. So we decentralized by creating positions for directors. So we added 6 directors to the zones, and we make ease of doing business a little bit better. That also comes with its associated problems, but at least our own customers don't need to be sending their documents to Lagos or Abuja. So that is one of the things that we are put in place to bridge the gap.
Bridging the gap, which the so-called consultants have taken undue advantage of, requires immense digital inclusion, and NAFDAC has risen gallantly to that challenge with its Napalms platform.
We're in the digital age, and in line with the aspirations of all well-meaning global players, there is need to make sure that our processes are transparent, easy for applicants, easy for clients, and to ease the regulatory burden. In line with that, a couple of years ago, we started the NAFDAC Automated Product Administration and Monitoring System, which is the Napalms, which provides a digital handshake and allows for electronic or e-registration, very simplistically put. So it allows applicants to submit their applications for registration online. It allows us as regulators to process those applications, and it allows for the applicants to monitor the progress of their applications within the system. We started off with a pilot deployment a couple of years ago, And we have moved to advance that system, and we now call it the Napalms version 2, where we have taken the learnings from our pilot deployment and our initial deployment and updated and upgraded the system where it is more user-friendly, it allows for more interfaces, and it makes it easier for applicants to understand and to progress their applications. Being a very innovative application, it's actually the first application of its kind used by a regulatory authority in Africa. It reduces the need for a personal interface, allows for transparency, and allows for monitoring and tracking of applications. So we are moving from a manual or from a previously manual submission, paper submission mode to a digital submission mode to ensure that all applications for registration that come into the agency will be fully digital and allow for us to be more efficient, more transparent, and to make it easier for applicants to get their products to market and for us to process those applications in a timely and transparent fashion. It also has linkages that allow for the handshake with the remitter platform, which allows for payments to be made online and to align with the government policies as relates to payment processing for government transactions.
We've been able to register more products through the electronic process end to end. We've had less distractions from our clients and complainants because they can now have access to us. They can call us on phone, they can send their emails, and we respond to those processes, and together it has made our work to be a whole lot better. Now applications are moving from the top management is able to, the DG and all her directors are able to see application processes at various levels, and they're able to know what is going on regarding any application.
We've already gotten to that point where once the process is concluded and approval is granted, the applicant has the option to print a certificate in the comforts of their office, and then if you need the hard copy certificate, we can still produce that. So it's fully automated all the way from the beginning to the end.
We'll take a short break now. Don't go away.
The MedSafety app is the latest reporting tool introduced by the National Agency for Food, Drug Administration and Control in November 2020 as part of the Innovative Medicines Initiative project. The app is made available to the public in collaboration with World Health Organization, Uppsala Monitoring Center, Medicines and Healthcare Products Regulatory Agency, UK, and National Agency for Food, Drugs and Administration and Control, NAFDAC. The MedSafety app allows users to track safety information of medicines, vaccines and other health products, report adverse drug reaction to a medicine or vaccine, and view data on suspected side effects. When you have received your COVID-19 vaccine, you can use the MedSafety app to report any adverse reaction or side effect you may feel. The app can be used by anybody, irrespective of whether you are a medical practitioner or not. You, your family and friends, everyone can download and use the MedSafety app to report adverse drug reaction. Just search for MedSafety on Google Play Store for Android and App Store for iOS. When using the app for the first time, the user needs to select his or her region, in this case, Nigeria, and also choose the preferred language of choice. The user will then be taken to the login page where you create an account by providing your email and password, or proceed as a guest. To create an account, you are required to provide the following details: reporter type, example, physician or pharmacist, as well as their name and email address, password with at least 9 characters with 1 uppercase letter and a number. Read the privacy statement and accept. Once you are logged in, the user is presented with a number of tabs, which includes news, products and watch lists. Under the Report tab, the user can report a new suspected adverse drug reaction ADR. On opening a new report, the user is prompted to input patient details which include initials, sex, and date of birth. The user is then required to input details of the suspected medicine. These include suspected medicine name, other drug details such as strength, batch, dosage details. Multiple suspect drugs and concomitant drugs can be added at any time. The report can be saved and completed at a later time. A saved report can be found on pending reports and can be continued by clicking on the report and continuing from where the user stopped. Enter reaction details, reaction date and outcomes. Multiple suspects' reaction can also be added. Also, further details about the report can also be included, such as did the reaction cause prolonged hospitalization, disability, congenital anomaly, or birth defect, life-threatening results in deaths, and so on. Finally, you can also add details of any relevant medical history before submitting the report. The user receives a message on the app confirming submission and an acknowledgement in the mail for submission. Reports can be created and saved without internet connection and be sent whenever internet connection is available. The product tabs show all medicines in the NAFDAC list database. It's easier to navigate to a drug or vaccine of interest, and this data is obtained from the WHO Uppsala Monitoring Center. User can also add products of interest to their watch list to get the latest information on the drugs. All products added to the watch list can be viewed in the watch list tab. The News tab displays drug safety information by NAFDAC. This is usually up to date with drug safety information. Registered users can also edit their profile or change app settings. For more information on the app, please contact the National Pharmacovigilance Center (NPC) at NAFDAC headquarters, plot 2032, Olusegun Obasanjo Way, Wuse Zone 7, Abuja, or call 09290511110 or send email to medsafetyapp@nafdac.gov.ng or pharmacovigilance@nafdac.gov.ng.
Welcome back. If you're just joining in, you're watching NAFDAC and your health. To avoid falling prey to consultants who charge enormously for NAFDAC registrations and other services, the public must ensure they stay informed, and indeed the NAFDAC website has all the information required.
We found out that a lot of people get into trouble because they don't actually go to the NAFDAC website to read the guidelines and know exactly what to do. Everything you need to do in NAFDAC for food or drugs or anything is already clarified on the website. Like every human situation, like every human thing that we do, there is no system that is 100% perfect. Okay, we're not saying everything, every full stop and comma is on the website, but honestly, 80% of what you need is on the website, and we encourage people to actually go to the website to reduce the incidence of people extorting money, because we found out a lot of people go to people who call themselves consultants. We don't deal with consultants anymore. We don't recognize them. So we expect customers or clients who need, stakeholders who have things to do with NAFDAC, you can interact directly with staff of NAFDAC. Please, we are available for interaction. The website is there. We have our emails, and all the communication lines are, phone numbers are there, all the communication lines are open, and we are ready to really attend and deal with all problems that you bring or all challenges that you may be facing.
The agency leaves no stone unturned when it comes to the corruption that deters the smooth running of its business. So beyond outsiders who pose as NAFDAC agents or consultants, the agency also has its searchlights on its own workforce who may be involved with this sort of transactional corruption.
My goal is to create a disciplined workforce. Of course, workforce that are also motivated. I don't dissociate the two. Our workforce must be motivated by getting commensurate allowances or salary. And I've been working on that, and our staff are enjoying some of those right now. We are not there yet, but disciplined workforce is extremely important. If a staff thinks he can do whatever he or she wants, the agency cannot be strong. So we have dismissed, we have terminated, we have suspended staff because of compromises. We want to use deterrent. Are we 100% clean now? No. We are in the process of putting things in place. But it is evidence. I need evidence. If there's no evidence, there's nothing I can do.
So, here are a few important tips you need to know and keep in mind about dealing with NAFDAC. You don't need a consultant to register your products or do any form of business with NAFDAC. Registration of your products can be done online and from the comfort of your homes and offices. So, you don't need a consultant to get it done for you. All the information you need can be found on the NAFDAC website. NAFDAC operates an open door policy, so you can meet any of its staff nationwide if you need any clarification or help. Do not make any cash payments to any staff or so-called agents. All payments are to be made online via remitter. Report any person or staff of NAFDAC who requests monies from you to register or offer any NAFDAC-related service.
As part of NAFDAC concerted effort to prevent incessant food poisoning and to safeguard the health of the nation, the agency wishes to advise the general public to take the following precautionary measures in food handling. Chemicals are not food, so do not taste with your tongue. It is dangerous to health and it can kill. It is dangerous to cook your meat with paracetamol or any drug. It can damage your liver, kidneys, or other organs. Do not ripen your fruits with calcium carbide. It can cause cancer or damage the kidneys or liver. It is dangerous to use sniper to keep insects and other flies away from any food products. Cooking does not remove sniper. Do not consume any mixture or herbal preparation that do not have NAFDAC number. It could be deadly. Too much monosodium glutamate food seasoning that comes as cube or in sachet can be dangerous to your health. Do not add any chemical to food or drink to make it sour or improve taste. Safe food. Everyone's business. NAFDAC. Safeguarding the health of the nation.
That's our package for today. Please join us again, same time, same station, next week for a fresh edition. In the meantime, if you have comments, complaints, or you want to report activities of fake drugs or adulterated food product peddlers in your area, our doors are always open. You can reach NAFDAC via toll-free numbers. For inquiries, call 0700 162 3322. For complaints, call 0800 162 3322. You may also email NAFDAC at nafdac.gov.ng. If you have complaints about any form of misconduct, you can reach the Reforms Unit via email reforms@nafdac.gov.ng or call the Reforms hotlines on 0909 763 0506 or 0909 763 0507. NAFDAC, customer focused, agency minded. Remember, COVID-19 is real. Please ensure you and your family follow the safety measures as outlined by the NCDC. Stay away from crowded places as much as possible, and if you must be out there, please wear a face mask. Wash your hands regularly with soap and water and ensure you use only NAFDAC-approved alcohol-based hand sanitizers. See you next week. Stay safe.